Welcome to Interstage Left. I'm your host, Yvette Monique Clark. This is the spot where we kick it about all things theater, from on stage to backstage and even under the stage. We're talking stories, craft, and the passion that keeps the theater world alive. Let's get into it. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Great. Doing good.
Yes. So today, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, we are talking to John Saunders. Yay! It's been a month of Sunday since I've seen him or heard from him, but here we are. We're bringing him in the room today. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. That's
good.
There's a show going on in the other room, so I'm hiding. I'm hiding out in our general manager's office.
Which show is going on right now?
The Addams Family is running right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome. Awesome.
Lots of spooky people running around the theater.
Yeah. So I started this podcast because I'm fascinated by what everyone does in the theater, not just the people who stand on stage and do the show. So my tagline is on stage, backstage, and under the stage, right? And so my first thing I ask is, where are you from and how did you get into the business of show?
Okay. So I grew up on the Jersey Shore, and that's came from a little town called Spring Lake. And I guess it would be my first starring role that I had was the Gingerbread Man in The Gingerbread Man when I was like in kindergarten. So the bug bit me early,
Okay.
And, yeah, I mean, I can still remember what I wore. I can still remember like the brown corduroys, the brown turtleneck, the brown shoes. I was so into it, and it just kind of stuck, forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did you always have you an artistic director, and that's where I want to focus on with you today. Did you always have aspirations to run a theater, or did your path just sort of get you there?
That I don't think I even knew what an artistic director was, I think that I knew I wanted to be a director, because I always knew that I was like a zoomer out kind of guy. Always loved looking at the big picture. But I wanted to act, that was where my focus was. So yeah, no, the artistic director thing was really like, it chose me. I didn't go after it at all, which is cool, which I think has like informed maybe the way I operate as an artistic director too,
Yeah.
But yeah, I had no idea.
Do you use your skills as a performer? So there are artistic directors they're very varying in how they handle running a theater. Yeah. So seeing as your whole background has been performing, does it make you more in tune to the actors that you even bring into your theater, or how you take care of the actors that do come to your theater?
I think definitely does. I think that, I spent the earlier part of my career working regionally. I started in high school and community theater, and then working regionally and touring. But yeah, I think I absolutely, having been on the other side, sort of know what they need. And in this particular, where I'm the artistic director, there's so much of, we're living here, we're working here, we're playing together. So I sort of know what an actor needs to succeed and to survive, and hopefully in our case thrive. I think I spent a lot of my early career just surviving, and it took me more than a minute to get to a place where I felt like I was thriving as an actor. So I'm trying to give that experience to them at an earlier stage in their career here. So I definitely think, I know what it's like to be treated well, and I know what it's like not be treated so well.
Yeah.
you know, we came up at a different time. So
Yes.
we know the truth.
Yes. 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 This was not, we didn't grow up in the age of the TikTok. So, what, because people don't know, you didn't know what an artistic director was or did. So what does an artistic director do that audiences and people may not realize?
Wow. It's, you know, people ask me all the time what the job is like in the off season. It's so much, you know, it starts, you know, my job to me starts in the fall when the season closes.
Right.
You know, we go right in on fundraising. We're a nonprofit, so fundraising is so important. Grant writing, curating the season. You know, I have to apply for several shows rights before we actually get the green light.
Right.
We do such a condensed season. You know, we change shows every 2 weeks, so I have to find 6 shows that work with the same core company, which is like mental gymnastics, like you wouldn't believe. Trying to figure out, like, okay, if I put these 6 shows together, I need 6 different companies. Or if I put this 6 shows together, I could, in fact, do it with the same people, the same core people. You know, I'm always putting in leads and equity that come in and guest star throughout, but finding the season of the people that are right there. So that's just season choices, and that's just like basically what takes me to December. And then we start hiring crew. So we have, you know, all of the crew members to hire rather. And then we start some video submissions and auditions. So it really, like, the year segments out really well, but it kind of never stops. And I always say, like, the fall is nice because I kind of can pull back a little bit, and, you know, I'm just writing some this and writing that, and again, fundraising and putting some mailings out. But once January hits, it is like, you know, we're off to the races. And by February, March, my wig is levitating, and we're ready for, you know, we're ready to get hired and get people here, and, you know, so it cranks all year long. You know?
Yeah.
So that's a short version. That's a short version of what I do, but yeah.
When you became artistic director, what was your vision? What did you see? How did you see the theater moving forward?
There was a few things, you know. I think I told you I started here as an actor and a director in 2000, and then I started directing more. I kind of came off stage, and, you know, I learned from the founder, which is so cool. So many of us, like some of these older theaters, I'm so lucky that I had the actual founders there to sort of show me how they were doing things. So there was a lot of stuff that I knew we could be doing better. And I always said, be working smarter, not harder, a lot, you know. So there were so many things that I wanted to really fix.
You seem to be a little stucky.
Can you hear me? My internet looks pretty good. Am I good?
Okay. Got you back.
Good? Okay.
Yes.
I don't know where you lost me, but I was basically saying that there were so many things that I wanted to, you know, and I don't want to say fix because I don't think it was broken. I just think that they were so used to doing things the same way for so long that, you know, when I was trying to say, like, hey, we could be doing this so much smarter, not harder. There's so many things we could do to make this easier, you know. It's never going to be easy. It's a bad word, but there were just a lot of things. And I also knew that, you know, the pace had to be slow. So I had to be patient about what I could change and when. And, you know, I started to, just a little bit at a time, I started to kind of chip away at changing things. Like one of the first things I think I really went after was the music, you know, putting live instrumentation into the theater that they hadn't had because they didn't know they could do it, you know. So that was a big one. So we started stepping up our game in the music department kind of early on. I brought back the equity contracts here, which was another thing that I thought was really important to the mission.
Right.
To have the more experienced actors and bring in that like top tier talent so that the young company had something to sort of aspire to, or someone to aspire to.
Yeah.
Pushing the production values, just working a little more, being a little more demanding on certain elements, but also then being a little less demanding. Originally, the actors used to do a lot of technical work. They were clean. When I worked here for the first year, I was like, we were emptying garbages, cleaning toilets. We were doing all of that like old stock stuff.
Right.
And I just was like, I had to phase that out. It's because we're already asking the actors to do so much anyway. And then on top of it, to add all this extra stuff. So I sort of dismantled that part of the model of the tech work. And then I also started to really say, like, I'm hiring less people. The plan was to hire a few less people and pay a better wage. So that was really important to me, because I think, yes, I couldn't give 24 people a job for a summer, but I could give 16 people a job and send them back to school with some money, and they could afford lunch, So that was a really important thing for me too, was rate of pay and making sure that we were paying a fair wage for what we were asking for people, I did the same thing in terms of hours, like in our costume shop. They used to work from 10 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, no matter what. And then tech weeks, they'd be here 10 in the morning till 4 in the morning. I mean, it was bananas, So I really just slowly over the course of time, just sort of, it isn't about quantity all the time. It's quality,
Right.
And I think the model has so improved because of that,
Right.
I think it shows from our audience. I think sees it. I think that the vibes are so high here now, and there isn't sort of this like we're being taken advantage of feel that you used to feel by the end of a stock season. You really are like dead tired, and you never want to do this again. But so that was some of the institutional things there. But the rest of it really was just like production values, Yvette, like really pushing the bar, and really like not, I don't want to say bringing things back down to a lower common denominator, but really pushing for more, more and more, but doing it with, in a generous way, not in a kind of tyrannical way.
Right.
So, and that, I always think about that, that's also about the culture here too. It's like setting up a community, because we're here for 4 months every year and we live together, work together, play together. So, I always tell people it's like I'm putting together like a cocktail party that doesn't end for 4 months. So, you have to be able to hang. Like, you have to be able to hang, and I need to know, like, talent is one part of it, it's a huge part of it, but I also engaging personalities, and there's so many elements that go into a resident company like this. So that was, it's a slow burn, and I'm still working, I'm still, still trying to make it better every year, and I'm also like listening to people. Like, I'm here for your input, and I ask the kids all the time, like, could this be easier? What are we missing here? So trying to just stay awake and pay attention. To the very changing world too.
Yes. So many things. How do you balance artistic ambition with financial realities?
Well, funny. It took me so long, but it's interesting. I think I'm an artistic director today because of how I was forced to hustle as an actor. Like, I broke into the costume world because at one point I was a professor and I was teaching, and a friend of mine asked me, they were a costume designer, and they asked me if I'd ever been a shopper before. And I was like, no, what's that? I love to shop, you know? And he was looking for a shopper for a project he was designing. And I was like, why would I don't know anything about that. He goes, yeah, he's like, but you've got the personality to like walk into a fabric store in the city and say, I need this. And I was like, well, yeah, I'll definitely do that, you know? So that side hustle led to like basically keeping me alive in New York City anytime I wasn't on an acting contract, you know? So it was all about the hustle, and I lost out on, I feel like I lost out on a lot of auditions and things because I was never one of those guys that could not work, you know?
Right.
I had to pay that rent. I had to, you know, I wasn't really sponsored in a way that I could, you know, just really take the time and audition for everything because I had to work.
Right.
You know? So I don't know. I feel like I was able to, I pulled it off, you know, somehow. But there were plenty of times, especially early on, where I just couldn't go to things, you know. There was, at one point I was working in the restaurants really late. I sounded like garbage because I'd be up till 2, 3 in the morning. It was a battle, you know, and then the teaching was great. And then I found this costume thing and I loved it, you know. And yeah, so yeah, it's just really hard. And it's funny, when I took this job full time, I sort of was like, okay, I have a weekly. I know what's coming every time. It took the like stressful mystery out of it all the time, you know. It's like when you get a long contract, you know, and you're like, oh my God, this is it. I'm going to get health insurance. I don't have to look at my book for 6 months. This is great, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but eventually that 5-month hits, and that 5-month mark hits, and you're like, oh no, I got to look at my book again.
When you're setting up your season, what makes you say yes to a show? Like, what grabs you to say, I want this on the season, and how you know, develop the season?
So for us, you know, this place is so rooted in classic musical theater. So I tend to start there. I always want to make our subscribers happy. We have people who have been coming here since 1969.
Wow.
So I really do sort of start with them because I feel like they're our backbone. So it always begins with the classic. Like, what is the really like old school musical theater? You know, what are the 2 pieces or 1 piece that's really going to like light them on fire?
Right.
And then I try and just see kind of what's out there. And again, it's all also goes about the company. Like, what is the skill set? You know, if I put a show like, let's say, Newsies on the calendar, I know, okay, I'm going to need some fierce dancers for Newsies. Right. So what other shows can I get some fierce dancers in? Okay, well, there's like fierce dancing in Hairspray. There's fierce dancing. Right. Almost all of it. Addams Family, 9 to 5. So it's sort of like just a blending of it all, you know? Right. And then I always try and make sure that we are always presenting a new title, at least one, if not more, because I think that is ultimately was the mission for regional theater, because I'm trying to deliver new shows, new properties that up here people don't have access to, you know? Right. And I'm trying to do it at a decent, affordable price, you know? Yeah. Which we are still managing to do, you know? I think we're like one of the lowest ticket prices in the region. Okay. So we're really like, you know, we're trying to stay as committed as we can to making it so that you can finally see a show like Beautiful that you haven't seen. Right. Because tickets were hundreds and hundreds of dollars in New York, you know. Right. Even the tour prices are really high. So so I feel like, you know, bringing a new show, you know, bringing Newsies here, you know, I mean, we've seen it probably in high schools and things, but having a good professional production of Newsies is going to be great for families who haven't been able to get, you know, $1,000 together to bring 2 people to the theater, you know. Right. So that's really how it starts, and then it just has to sort of have a flow to it, you know. And I also, you know, I'm determined no matter what to always make people think, you know. Okay. And like, I'm here for I'm here for everyone laughing, and I want everyone to have the best time. But I also want to make sure that there's themes in there and theater's doing what it's supposed to do, right? Right. I'm hoping it holds the mirror up to everyone in some way, almost in every show, you know.
Right.
So that's a really long-winded answer to that, but it is kind of putting together this whole sort of storyline for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a weird and wild thing we do.
This is your interview. You can be as long-winded as you like.
Okay, great. Careful, you know how I go on and on and on.
Oh yes, yeah. You've directed me a couple of times. I know. But honey, Showboat was my favorite. How you used to have me scared of people in the audience.
Yeah. Remember that was the show where I had to jump in and play Captain Andy.
I know. So I never got blocked for that scene because you always pointed over that person. I'm like, okay, here we go.
I learned Captain Andy in 2 days, and
that was crazy.
Do you remember how like bloodied up I was? Because I didn't. Yeah. I was cutting myself every night. I was hurting. That monologue took me out. Hey.
Yes. Do you? Let's see how I say this. When you plan it, you say you start with the audiences that were in there. You know, audiences that have been coming since 1969. Yeah. And I'm sure that does budget play a lot of what you have to choose, because of you might want a show that's really great, but the budget may be. So do you try to shrink the show down, or do you just have to sometimes move on from your thought?
Both. Like we have budget comes into play now, especially with everything. We are able to sort of condense the cast down now. But there are definitely shows that there's a couple of different things. One, we're taking way less risks right now than we were prior to COVID. Yes. Because, one show that doesn't hit the, excuse me, one show that doesn't hit the percentages can throw the whole season, can throw the whole year off. Yeah. So we're always clocking the budget.
Right.
But we have shrunken down some of the cast. There's certain properties that I know immediately they're too expensive.
Right.
Like a good example of that would be something like Kinky Boots, right? I would love to do Kinky Boots, but until I feel like we're financially sound enough to really do Kinky Boots properly and get the shoes and there's interesting things in every show that are like, whoa, that will knock us out,
Right.
Even a show like The Music Man, right? It's huge cast, there's the instrument rental, the band jackets, all that stuff. Then there's trying to figure out, okay, how do I do that when the kids aren't in school? And, every show sort of has its own obstacle. But yeah, budget is a huge, huge part of it. And I think it's also part of what makes us really interesting is the challenge of everyone thought I was crazy for attempting to do Les Mis here. And I'm like, no, we can tell the story in this room. I know we can. We did,
Yeah.
And we did it with a ton of people,
Right.
But we managed to do it. So there's creativity involved at every level.
Right.
But yeah, no, budget is just such a huge thing. This year, we sort of are starting small and going bigger. So the cast of Addams Family, 9 to 5, Secret Garden are all relatively small.
Right.
Which lets us sort of build up the coffers for a cast of 31 for Newsies.
Okay.
Ooh. And then a huge cast for Beautiful. And Hairspray is giant,
Yeah.
You can't kind of do Hairspray or you kind of do Beautiful or kind of do Newsies. You got to go for it.
You got to do it. Yeah. You got to do it.
Yeah. So the strategy there was okay, let's start small, as small as you can. Not like Addams Family is small, but
right.
Let's start small-ish and then grow throughout the summer.
Right. Yeah.
One thing, an interesting thing to point out, and other artistic directors may agree. Advanced sales are different now. Now we're selling more tickets right up into the minute of the show.
Wow. People
used to pre-plan so much more, and now, last week when we looked at the sales for Addams Family, we were like, oh, we better something better give here.
Right.
And suddenly, 80, 100 tickets a day now are selling for Addams.
Right.
So without a crystal ball and knowing like what each show is going to do, it's scary taking risks,
Yeah. Yeah.
And you never know what's going to hit. You just never.
Yeah.
Who knew that 9 to 5 was going to like, there are matinees that are already sold out. People are trying. It's like we're doing Hamilton and it's 9 to 5. And I love 9 to 5, but it's just really, you just never know. I put shows on the season and one of them takes off, and it's so, it makes me laugh all the time because I'm like, wow, okay, 9 to 5, all right.
Who knew?
Should have run it all summer.
Oh boy. Now you just answered my next question. Like, have you ever programmed a show that turned out, well, it could go the other way. Have you ever programmed a show that turned out differently than you expected?
I haven't programmed a show. I mean, I've had shows that have really like a little underperformed and been kind of depressing, but there was a show here before I was the artistic director that has sort of put has made me extra cautious because you just never know. In 2008, the theater thought that Beauty and the Beast was a no-brainer smash hit.
Right.
I think we're still paying for it.
Really?
No one came.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I remember talking to Lynn about it, and she was like, I don't understand. No one, it's a hit everywhere. Everywhere you see Beauty and the Beast. And for some reason, our people were like, no, it's a children's show. We're not coming.
Wow.
It did not sell. It didn't go over big. So now we have this really funny like idea that like we can't do Disney shows here because they don't like it, But yeah, I've had a few shows that have surprised me that did really well 10 years ago, and then I brought them back and they didn't do as well.
Right.
It just depends. It's so funny because like our Broadway shows, what is a classic to you and I is definitely not a classic to some people.
Right.
And the new shows, like we don't even know some of these new shows that are just like selling like gangbusters. Like 9 to 5 is having its time in the sun right now. I think because the movie in 1979, it was like such a hit for us,
Yeah.
So you really you have to really pay attention to like the demographics that are changing, Years ago, Oklahoma would sell out.
Right.
And now it's a 9 to 5.
Right.
So it's a lot about paying attention to what's happening.
Yeah, you have to kind of keep your finger on the pulse, and sometimes that might be hard to keep up with the trends of how theater is going.
Yeah.
Especially in regional theaters, because regional theaters are not. It's just so different from Broadway, right? How they take theater and how they accept, how they receive it. So, that's something that's a lot to juggle, I think.
It is.
Yeah. Hiring folks is a difficult task. So, what qualities in an artist makes you bring them back over and over again? Like, I'm a repeat offender. So
thank God. It's about there's so many things obviously that go into that. But it's about, the people like you who show up like completely prepared, completely committed, and who also read the room, who know who we are and know that, you're not walking into like an elite regional theater in the country. You're walking into like the little engine that could, and we treat you as that we are treating you the best that we can, and like that we're housing you in the nicest accommodations we can give you. And so it's about like actors who read the room for us, the most successful people that keep coming back to also really lean into the community here, and they realize that, like more experienced actors can come up here and sink their teeth into a role and a really good friend of mine who's come up and done a few things always says that this is like, they feel very safe working here, artistically, that they can come up here and like really dig in on something and, get that month up here to just like, to chew on a role. And a lot of people have gone on to play the roles elsewhere,
Yeah.
I think that's sort of what the magic is. I also think we're a very like not pretentious theater where you can just come and be yourself, and you've been here, so we have like the coolest volunteers, and our box office people are so cool, and it's really fun. I feel like to me it feels like almost like a summer festival here. So it's a good feeling. People can come and get out of the city or wherever they are for a few weeks and do exceptional work,
Yeah.
Because that matters too. Like, what you're getting on stage is, we're all supportive and all working our butts off to do the best we can. And we work our butts off here for sure.
Yes, I recall. As an artistic director, you have to be, juggle so many things and deal with so many people. So how do you like oversee without maybe, do you micromanage as an artistic director with the directors, the choreographers, and the designers? Or do you just hire people, gonna do the job, and you just let them go, and you just come in and supervise?
Yeah, it's changed for me. I think when I first started, I think I was so nervous about it. So I think I did probably micromanage a little bit more than I do now. And I think I've really figured out, because, I'm still figuring stuff out. I don't know what And I have felt that it's nice too, because it's felt like a large weight has come off me. Yes, it's about hiring really good people, people that come back and return. These creatives. We're so lucky to get the directors and choreographers we do. When someone's new, I definitely keep an eye on them. But I also sort of switched my mindset now. Now I'm sort of like, what do you need, or what can I do to support you? Because I don't want to squash anyone's creativity, So I sort of know when I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I have to make the call on this. Like, this is something that we need, and I know we need. Trust me when I tell you, So I think I think I'm still evolving, and I think I'm figuring out how to let a creative person come here and be creative, and still I don't know, is protect the right word? Protect them and make sure that they're like held, and that they're able to build the best piece of art they can. But I've sort of drifted from micromanaging. I think the best leaders, you trust your team, you trust the other leaders. Like, I have a production supervisor right now who's been with me for so many years now, and he is just, I always tell people, I'm like, he runs me. He's the best. He's so organized, and I just trust him. It took years for him to trust himself to make decisions. So I don't know. I definitely feel like I've moved on from micromanaging, and when I come to see a design run, I look at it, and I'm finding I take less and less notes. Which is interesting. Because I'm sort of like, I'm letting them do their thing, and if I can help tidy something up or make something easier, I will. Because I've just been here so long, and I know that it would be much easier for that set piece to come from there instead of there, and if you try it, so having that, I think I've kind of calmed down quite a bit. So yeah. I let you rock and roll. And a lot of these people, we do have a lot of people returning all the time. So I trust them. Like, there's a few people that get here and I'm like, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Good luck.
See you at the run.
See you on the Monday night design run.
Have you ever had an audition and someone completely changed your perception of a role? Like, you wouldn't think that this person would fit in this particular role, and they come in and like, well, maybe that's the way it should be done.
All the time. All the time. It's like my favorite thing too, because I've had a few like not so positive beforehand moments with people and directors who've said that can't be. How could you have picked that person? I've said I picked them, but I'll tell you, like, here's a really good example of this year, just this season alone. So we have a young actor who's here playing Judy in 9 to 5, and is playing the Aya in The Secret Garden, and we were casting Catherine in Newsies, right?
Right.
So this actor came in from school. They were finishing up school, came into New York, sang it down, got booked Judy like almost immediately.
Right.
Knew I could use them in this season. They had worked here before.
Right.
We were looking for a Catherine, and it was such an amazing audition that she gave. And this was after the New York calls, and the director and choreographer of Newsies said, "What about her for Catherine?" I said, "Definitely. I know she can do it, and she's a great choice." I said, "I'll be honest, like, I don't even need to see it." And she was like, "Me neither." So she never even auditioned for Catherine. and Catherine.
Wow. Yeah.
Everyone wanted to be Catherine. It was like everybody wanted to do Catherine, and it was like, it's just funny how that worked, right?
Yeah.
Like we saw it, we knew she could do it based on her other stuff.
Right.
Right. So her name is Zintley, and she's going to be starring as Catherine in Newsies. Fantastic. And, but yeah, no, I see it all the time. I always want to cast out of the box, and I think it's because I was never cast out of the box. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep. Like I was always told no on so many things, and I was like, I can do that.
Yeah.
So I kind of like, I think, again, going back to my work as an actor informed how I cast,
Yeah.
You never underestimate what a person can do and change the way you see a role.
Yeah. And bring it to you and bring it to the show. Bring something new and fresh to the show.
Totally. Yeah. Something not, this other director, she always calls it an A+ performance. Like, people come in and they deliver the A+ audition, and it's like, yeah, that was an A+, but like that B+ was really interesting, and with a little crafting and a little work, that's gonna be like beyond an A+.
Right.
It's gonna be fresh. It's gonna be new, and so yeah, and that also is fun here because you can take a crack at something that you might not get cast in somewhere else.
That's true. That's very true.
There's not always that much imagination behind that table, as you know. I'm dropping little pearls from my acting.
Yes, you are. Yes. Mm-hmm. It's a little chilly right now.
Oh my God.
How have you noticed any change in audience behavior over the years? Is it yes? Okay.
Yeah. We're pretty lucky. We're not too plagued by it.
Right.
We still have a very sort of like really good, nice, great audience that they're paying attention to the rules.
Right.
They're not. We don't let any food or any kind of stuff in the theater, which is so good.
Right.
We do have the recorders, the cell phoners, and that is a problem. But yeah, the audiences have changed obviously considerably. But I would say for us here, they're pretty solid. I don't think they're as like unruly as what we're getting to see on the Broadway. Which is some of those shows are starting to feel like we're in a theme park,
Yes.
Or like a casino show,
Yes.
I remember I did a show at a casino, and we were bowing, and like half the audience was walking out. They were like giving us back during the curtain call, and it was like, oh my God. So yeah, we're pretty lucky up here. We still have they're very well behaved and very respectful. And they
some decorum.
Yeah. And you know how the audiences go crazy for the shows here.
Yes.
They stay through till the end. I mean,
Yes.
they are on their feet and so happy and so into it, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe that has to do with the space, because they
Maybe.
can't really, like, they're not just faces in the dark here, you know.
Yeah. I
They're
can
like,
see you.
I will follow you to your car.
Yes. The light has fallen on you, honey. I see you. Um, what are theaters like? What do theaters have to do to, and are they doing it well or not so well to attract audiences to come see the shows?
I think you have to stay current, you know. I also think it's really important to build an audience. We have to keep our young people involved, you know.
Yes.
We started a really nice education program a few seasons ago. It's small still, but it's one thing we have done is we've made it tuition free.
Okay.
So we are not a pay to play youth education program.
Okay.
We're immersing them in our education program. It's not just about performing. It's also exposure to tech. We're showing you what it is to be a sound designer, what it is to do lighting, costume technician, scenic, carpentry, arts administration. So we're showing these kids that there's so many avenues in our industry, you know. And then I think it is about picking titles that will draw in our young audience, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't mean just like doing, you know, the Mary Poppins, doing a family show. I mean, doing shows that, you know, you can bring a kid to the Addams Family and they're going to have a blast and they're going to fall in love with the form, you know. So that, I think, is the most important thing a theater could do, make sure that you have programming in there that builds audience, you know, that a grandparent will bring their grandkid to and expose them to this form early, so they're not like, you know, what's theater, you know. So I think that's probably like the most important thing, is making sure that we have an audience that will keep continuing to come, you know, and see us do this stuff, because it's pretty wild. There's very little of this kind of stuff left, right? Like, there's so few shared experiences that you can still do, let alone afford.
Yeah, that's the key, the affordability.
Like, you know, even going to the movies. I mean, going to the movies in New York City is like crazy now. It's like, you know, and that's not even live. You know, that's like, so
the movies used to be a cheap date.
Right. Not
it could be $100 easy to go see a movie for two. It's crazy.
I'm smuggling in Twizzlers. I'm not.
I carry my big purse on movie day.
Right, you did. My bus and truck tour bag. Full of milk duds, you know. Oh my God. But I think it's a big responsibility of us in these leadership positions to make sure that we are, you know, staying palatable to kids, you know, keeping our audiences invested, you know, also being careful not to go over anyone's head, you know, going the other direction, and, you know, making sure people can also just be entertained and have fun. So that's important right now, especially.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes. It's important to lose yourself in something besides your life sometimes.
Yes, like come and forget about things for a while. I talk about it in my letter this year in the program about I call it like a mini vacation. You know, if you can come and lose yourself for a couple hours and chat with people at intermission, and that's one thing I love about this theater is the longtime subscribers. You know, they come to the same shows every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So some of them have been sitting next to the same people for like 50 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So like, imagine like, oh, you and me, Yvette, we have tickets to the second Thursday night show every 2 weeks for 30, 40 years. So like, we are so a part of their whole social calendar for the summer, you know?
Right.
These people that maybe didn't know each other before the Mac Hayden, but there they are checking in every 2 weeks.
That's right. They're at
Cool,
the
right?
Manhattan Theater every 2 weeks.
They park next to each other. They tailgate. It's like, it's such a cool, it's such a fun thing to be a part of, you know? It really is. It's really special.
Yeah, it is a special place. It's like, almost feels like camping.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Yeah, and
Especially housing. I'm just kidding.
yeah. It's the rustic, but functional.
What a beautiful word. I'm going to add that to the description next year.
Do it, rustic,
our
but
housing,
functional.
rustic, lovely Victorian homes. Good one. Oh man.
Feel free to use that. Feel free to use that.
I will. I definitely will.
What does success for a production look like for you outside of ticket sales? I know that's like the most important thing, but if you have a show and you look at it on stage, you're like, oh my God, that's what the theater should be.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's funny. It happened to me last year. It was during a Bronx Tale, and I got very like emotional because of it. Steve Edlund, who directed the show, I went in, I watched the design run. It was really, really good. And I really was like, wow, he did such a good job with this. But by the time I saw it on Invited dress rehearsal, I, for that one night, like completely forgot that I worked here.
Wow.
Yeah. And I got completely caught up. I got completely lost. Kendall, who was one of the leads, and Logan, I mean, I got completely caught up in this show. And it threw me for a loop because I've been here for such a long time.
Right.
It's hard for me to not, clock a light or clock a thing or this or that.
Right.
So I suddenly, for that, like, I was an audience member, and like it could have been in any theater anywhere,
Wow.
So I think, like, to me, that was one of the most successful moments here I've ever had, and I had nothing to do with it other than hiring everyone and putting everyone together. But I was able to actually have that experience again here, which weirdly like lit a fire under me again. And I was, so to me, just that to me is like total success, that I was able to watch a show here and just be in the audience,
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was really cool. It sounds cheesy, but I was really like, I was so moved by it. And I told the cast the next day, I'm a crier. So I was like, thank you for the show. But I also just think that watching them go, and when we tech here so fast, but watching them get to that first audience and watching the reaction and what these shows are, seeing the response and what these kids are pulling off and what these companies casts are managing to do in 2 weeks.
Right.
It's like success every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
Every time we get something open, it's such a like a real triumph, in a weird way,
Yeah.
It's so fast and there's so much planning and so much that goes into the preseason, that when we get to the 2 weeks and then you just watch this whole thing like appear out of nowhere, it's like, wow, look what we made. And so and again, also, like, part of the success is watching like the people who didn't think they could do something.
Yeah.
And really just crush it. It's so fun.
It's fun to watch.
It is.
My other question is about a show that you may have booked and people were like, you sure you want to do that? And it became a success because you're like, maybe not this season. Yeah.
I mean, we have had a few titles, I think, that have thrown people. The last one I can think about with that was Next to Normal, probably.
Okay.
I think our audiences were completely thrown by that. That was an odd one. Like, I had some people yell at me for Next to Normal. But it was, again, part of my holding that mirror up. It's an important show. It won the Pulitzer. It's an incredible piece of theater that I thought we should do. We need to show, we need to show people the show,
Right. Right.
It didn't sell well,
Right.
but we definitely and I knew going in, I was like, it's a risk. But, Lynn used to tell me all the time, she used to say, you do the Oklahomas, you do the My Fair Ladies so that you can take a risk on something else,
Yes.
Told me, she said, it's very important that you take the risk and show something new and show, don't be afraid to get that balance,
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I did with Next to Normal. They
Yeah.
told me I was crazy to do Sweeney Todd. And Sweeney Todd was, it was a banger here.
It's one of my favorite musicals.
Me too. And it sold like crazy. And we had people coming to the theater who'd never been here before.
Wow.
Who only came because of Sweeney Todd, and now they come all the time.
Sometimes you gotta take a leap of faith.
You gotta bring them in. Last year, Escape to Margaritaville was like our highest grossing show.
Wow. I saw that on Broadway. It was fun.
It was fun. And there were people turned up from all over the place for that who had never been here, and they bought tickets for this year.
Yeah.
So again, it's audience building, and it's you have to trust. That's the one thing I will also say about our audiences is they will come to everything. They will. And I've had some of the sweetest people that have been subscribers here for years. I'll never forget, it was after Rent. And this sweet little couple came out and they said, we have no idea what was going on in there, but they were having a great time. And it seemed pretty sad at the end. And I was like,
yeah, it's pretty sad. Yeah.
I was like,
I have a story like that when I was doing Chicago and came out, and this little old woman, she pulled me to the side. She said, I used to hang out with those kinds of people. And I was like, what? She said, I was a flapper girl. I said, girl, tell me. And she said, she said, you brought back so many memories. I was like,
it's awesome. It's awesome, I love it.
She said, okay, ma'am. Okay, right. Ma'am. I see you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. She loved that Chicago.
So awesome.
Now we're at the point of the show where I do what I call stage left quickies.
Okay.
And so I rattle off some things you just right off the top of your head. Just give me what you got.
Okay.
Dream show to direct.
Spring Awakening.
A play or musical every artist should experience.
Ooh. So many. August Osage County comes to me as Fair Play.
Okay.
So good.
Coffee or tea during tech rehearsal?
Coffee.
Favorite opening night tradition?
Ooh. I want to say sleep.
That's a good one. Sleep,
yeah.
Most underrated job in theater?
Ooh. Underrated job. Good one. I mean, sound design and hair.
Yes.
Hair. It's
I
so
think
important. It's so important.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing.
Yeah. Critical.
One word that defines great theater.
Truth.
If you weren't in theater, what would you be doing?
Movies.
Finish this sentence. Theater matters because
it's a direct reflection of life, and it brings unexplainable joy and infectious energy to a room full of people together in a shared experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what it does.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
John
you.
Saunders.
This was cool. This is cool. I'm so excited to be doing this. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm really excited about doing it. It's an endeavor, but I'm rolling along.
Love it. I love it. The questions are great. It's like just so fun to talk to you, and
thank you.
And also, like, you know me such a long time. So
yes.
Yeah, you knew me before this.
I knew you when.
You knew me when. I when, we're about to do Hairspray again.
Oh gosh, that's a full circle moment.
Yeah.
My God, in that silver lame set, you tell everybody that I said hello.
Well, who's doing Motormouth this time is Ashley Kelly.
Okay.
Who was like, Yvette played this? I'm like, you guys have worked together.
We were in the Wiz together at OSF. Yeah, Ashley D. Kelly. That's right.
It's a small world,
It is small.
It is. It's like a big family. We all kind of know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fun to see us all in our different lanes and doing our thing.
Yes.
Yeah. I just love you. So glad you're doing great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. We have to have some time when you come to New York. Let me know when you're coming.
I know. Well, it's like how I kept running into you outside on 8th Avenue outside.
Yeah, I'm like, John.
It's really good. Thank you for thinking of me for this.
You're welcome.
Well, and
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
All right, lovey.
Keep on kicking.
I'm gonna keep on striving.
Right. Great to see you with that. Thank you.
Great to see you too, lovey.
Okay, bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.